Let's try Kioko from Japan again and see if we can make contact this time. Kioko, are you there?
Wait.
Yes, we can hear
Hello?
you. We can hear you.
Ah, finally. Well, I couldn't unmute myself for some time.
That's weird.
So yeah, it was. I mean, finally, I got a help. So thank you.
Thank you.
Yes. I have some question again. This is about aging society. If we can talk about that. As you
Hmm.
may know, Japan is the most rapidly aging country in the world. We have senior citizens, people over 65 years old,
Yes.
account for almost 30% of the entire population. And not only that, the birth rate is very, very low
Yes.
at around like 1.36%. And it's getting lower and lower every year. And then this distorted demographics that we have poses a great risk to the national health care and a pension program because it's supported by the contribution from working people like us. Then the Japanese are, inherently pessimistic. So we basically think the current system will collapse in the near future and we are doomed. We won't get the pension that we are entitled to when we become senior citizens ourselves. And discussions are always towards how to increase the birth rate. While it's very important to support families who want to have children or who are raising children, but I don't think just improving birth rate is a good long-term solution for solving the issue of the healthcare system.
No.
Have you heard or seen this discussion, this issue being discussed anywhere? Maybe not in America because you don't face the same problem as we do here. But I think it's kind of common problem in so-called mature economy or like a developed country. So, do you have any have you ever really heard of this
Oh,
issue being discussed?
absolutely. We have talked
Mhm.
about this is actually the issue is particularly pronounced in Japan, but many countries are
Mhm.
facing this issue. And in the
Mm.
US, the declining birth rate has also been discussed. It's not
Oh.
happening to the degree that it's happening in Japan, but we have the major
Mhm.
healthcare problems here in the United States. There's two general views on this, Kyoko. One is the
Mm.
declining birth rate is a problem to be solved economically.
Right.
The other side of
Right.
this is
Mhm.
historically, birth rates naturally decline when infant
Mm.
mortality goes down, meaning it's more likely that the kids you have will survive. And
Mhm.
as lifespans go longer, people tend to
Right.
wait longer to have kids. So there's actually a field,
Right.
there's a perspective that this is not actually a problem, and
Mhm.
that we might think of it as a problem, but actually the economy will change and adapt to the lower birth rate, and it's all going to be okay.
Mhm.
Like that's a perspective that
Oh.
many people have.
Oh wow. That's as I said, very pessimistic Japanese people don't have that good
Right,
view.
right.
So okay. Yeah, I know it's a very natural course, what do you call it? It's a natural thing
Hmm.
that, once your economy becomes kind of stable, people tend to have a less and less children.
Yes,
And then so you can't really resist that. And of course, it's not something you can control
right.
as a country. Of course, you shouldn't. So, um, yeah, but
Important
again,
topic.
at the same time, it's just the imbalance that we are currently have. If we have a lesser, maybe the senior citizens, we have huge population of baby boomers and the second baby boomers. I think those are currently really hurting the system. But of course, I mean, they are entitled to, of course, have what they really helped when they were working. So
Absolutely. Without a
anyway,
question,
yeah.
they're entitled to it.
Mhm.
Kyoko, listen, I want to tell you
Mhm.
after our last conversation about the proper way to
Sure.
make miso soup, I went
Mm-hmm.
out and I got the katsuboshi
Got.
flake, and I now make my miso soup with
Oh
in the
wow.
broth. I'm using the
Uh-huh.
dehydrated fish flake. I love it. I love it.
Oh wow, really? Okay. I think I have to I think I got maybe too carried away and then spoke too much. I mean, maybe you don't have to really mix all the elements together. I mean, I said that the more the elements, the better.
Yeah.
But I think you should maybe keep a few, like 2, 3 items, some veggie and then some non-veggie items. And I really have to say, I mean, I'm so amazed with your knowledge on food. Besides everything else, I mean, how do you know so much about some kind of a really specific stinky tofu from Far East countries? So
Well,
it's just
yes, I
amazing.
don't know. I'm a fan of Japanese cuisine, so that's really what it is.
Thank you.
Kyoko, always a pleasure
Mhm.
speaking with you.
Yes, thank you for picking up my call. Okay, yeah, I have to, yeah, go.
All right.
Thank you so much.
I don't want
I
to
mean,
hold you up,
I mean,
Kyoko. Thank you so much.
no, no, no. I mean, it's okay, but I mean, people are waiting, so
I know what you
I
mean.
feel
I
so
know what you
bad.
know. I'm kidding around. Kyoko, always a pleasure.
Yes.
Kyoko from Tokyo, thank you so much
Okay.
for the call.